Would you say there's a steep learning curve after learning one to moving on to your second, or do concepts kind of cross over between them?
Oh yeah, concepts definitely cross over because all the frameworks are trying to accomplish the same thing. So if you figure out how to do one thing in one framework, then comparing it to the next framework, you can be like, okay, I know in Angular I can do X, Y, and Z like this. And if you go to this framework, the first thing you look for is like, okay, how do I do X, Y, and Z in this framework now? And it's pretty straightforward. And luckily, these frameworks are very competitive, so they try to compete with each other. So they set their documentation up like that. Like, hey, coming from Angular, check it out. This is how you do this in Angular. Or coming from React, hey, this is how you do this in this framework. So you could definitely bring stuff over. And I know from experience that works because I actually tried to learn React while I was learning Angular, and I just didn't get it. I was like, this is kind of crazy. But after I mastered Angular, I went back to React, and I built like a couple apps in a day. So it was pretty straightforward after that. Once you learn one, they're all just the same. Because it's not so much the syntax and how their framework does it, it's what their framework is trying to accomplish. And you notice that all frameworks are trying to accomplish the same thing. So once you know that, you're good.
Okay, so what is some advice that you have for students just diving into the world of frameworks?
So like I said, there's two steps of learning. There's the practical side where you know how to use it very, very well. You might not know what those methods and functions and objects as you interact are doing, but you know the result of them, so you know how to use it very well. So I would say focus on that practical side. A lot of people want to dive right in and try to understand how all of it's working, the internals and stuff. It's actually very scary if you do it that way, especially Angular. Angular is one of the scariest frameworks on the inside. It's almost like magic at first. So I would not recommend trying to figure out how Angular works internally, at least not yet, but instead get very, very good at using Angular, the tools that it provides. And the only way to do that is just build a lot of stuff. Start off with a small app, that teaches you one example, and then eventually go up to bigger apps that maybe work with servers, and eventually you've built 4 or 5, 6 things that you can say, hey, I've learned all the concepts of Angular. You feel pretty comfortable using it. And once you get there, then maybe if you're up for it, jump into how it actually works on the inside, which is only going to enhance your skill on the practical side.